You don't mess with the Doctor. Welcome to Watchmojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 badass Doctor Who moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're only looking at cool moments that happened for the right reasons on Doctor Who. The Time Lord victorious, while powerful, doesn't count because that was ultimately a low point for the Doctor. A spoiler alert is in effect.
I'm the Doctor. I'm a Time Lord. I'm from the planet Gallifrey in the constellation of Cerberus. I'm 903 years old and I'm the man who's going to save your lives and all 6 billion people on the planet below.
Number 10. One thing you never put in a trap.
See, that's odd. That's not how the angels kill you. They displace you in time unless they needed bodies for something.
The Weeping Angels return with a vengeance and set their sights firmly on the Doctor. After seemingly trapping him, his companions and the clerics, the statues just have to take things a step too far by taunting him. Speaking to the remains of Bob's hijacked cerebral cortex, the Doctor is callously informed that Bob died alone after the Doctor had told him his fears would keep him alive.
Yeah, trap. You know what? Speaking of traps, this trap has got a great big mistake in it. A great big whopping mistake.
Angering the Doctor only serves to motivate him even further to escape them, and he gives one of his most memorable speeches. It's clear that the angels picked the wrong day to try and catch the Doctor in a trap.
There's one thing you never ever put in a trap.
And what would that be, sir?
Me.
Number 9. Going back to Androzani Minor. The Doctor and Peri unwittingly come into contact with unrefined Spectrox. While refined Spectrox can extend somebody's life enough to make them practically immortal, in its unrefined state it's incredibly deadly, and both of them develop Spectrox toxemia.
And it is Morgus who's brought me to this! Morgus destroyed my life! You think I'm mad?
The only cure is milk from Androzani's native bats. As their illnesses develop, the Doctor is captured and taken from the planet on a spaceship, with Peri still stranded.
Stodzy, we'll be touching down in a couple of minutes, or more likely crashing down, you see?
The Doctor makes the ultimate sacrifice, hijacking the ship and piloting back to the planet to rescue her, putting himself at risk.
Not a very persuasive argument, actually, Stodz, because I'm going to die soon anyway!
Back on the TARDIS, he lets Peri drink all the milk necessary to cure her, while he has to regenerate into the 6th Doctor.
Is this death?
Number 8. Epic medieval entrance.
Face me, magician! Face me!
The Doctor is missing, and it's down to Missy and Clara to find him. After finally tracking him to Essex in the Middle Ages, they arrive at a medieval arena in search for anachronisms. It becomes evident what this particular anachronism is when they hear the sound of an electric guitar, and the Doctor rides out into the battlefield riffing on top of a tank, no less.
Dude, what is that? You said you wanted an axe fight.
I mean, it is an axe fight after all. It turns out that he's been spending his time in the past behaving especially erratically, introducing words early, making anachronistic jokes, and competing in tournaments. Typical.
What do you think of my tank? Don't worry, it isn't loaded. I don't like it. Neither do I. I bought it for my fish.
Number 7. Defeating Davros. The 7th Doctor may be generally upbeat and pleasant, but the conclusion of Remembrance of the Daleks shows his darker side. In an episode many consider to be the true 25th anniversary special, he returns to Coal Hill School in 1963, on the very day the first ever episode took place. Only now, the Daleks have shown up. 2 Dalek factions are fighting over the powerful Hand of Omega, and the Doctor tricks the Imperial Daleks, led by none other than Davros, into taking the hand for themselves.
Are you threatening me? If so, it is most unwise.
But he's tweaked it, and when Davros activates it, he inadvertently destroys Skaro. The Doctor adds insult to injury by mocking him.
I have pity for you.
15!
Bye, Davros. It hasn't been pleasant.
Number 6, saying no.
You are live on channel 44,000. Please do not swear.
You have got to be kidding.
A Dalek fleet of unprecedented size is revealed to the Doctor when he discovers the truth behind Satellite 5. The good news is that he also finds out that Rose is still alive. Talking to the Daleks, they order him to not intervene with their plot, or Rose will be exterminated, and he shocks everybody by simply saying, no.
No.
Explain yourself?
I said no.
The Daleks don't understand that he initially seems to be giving Rose up, but of course, that's not what he means at all. He announces that he'll be rescuing her from their clutches and eradicating them from the universe, all with no weapons, no defenses, no plan.
Yeah. And doesn't that scare you to death? Rose?
Yes, Doctor?
I'm coming to get you.
Number 5, the Wall of Esbern.
I think this whole place is inside a closed energy loop. Constantly recycling. Or maybe I'm in hell. That's okay.
The Doctor is trapped within his confession dial for billions upon billions of years, facing innumerable tortures. One of the most memorable is when he finds himself up against a wall of Esbern, which is 400 times tougher than diamond and 20 feet thick. He treats us to an old fable about how long eternity is.
The Brothers Grimm. Lovely fellows. They're on my darts team.
He says that if one imagines a bird sharpening its beak on the peak of a mountain made of diamond, the amount of time it takes for the bird to destroy the entire mountain is equivalent to the first second of eternity.
There's this mountain of pure diamond. It takes an hour to climb it.
He tells himself this as motivation as he goes about punching through the Esbern. Number 4, calling back the Atraxi. This episode already treated us to an awesome moment in the clever defeat of Prisoner Zero, after the Doctor arranges the broadcast of the number 0 on every screen on Earth.
And we're off. Look at that. Look at that.
The Atraxi takes Zero away with them, but the Doctor isn't done yet, and he calls them back to Earth after they threaten to destroy the entire planet just to get rid of one criminal. While dressing himself in his trademark bow tie and tweed jacket, he asks them a series of questions, accentuating that the Earth is not a threat to them. He finally asks if Earth is protected, revealing himself to be the brand new incarnation of the Doctor, and they turn tail and flee.
I'm the Doctor. Basically, run.
Number 3, Rose absorbing the time vortex.
Doctor, what are you doing?
But it's not always the Doctor who gets the most heroic moments. At the end of Series 1, he sends Rose back home to Earth so he can face the Daleks alone. Rose won't stand for this, and with Mickey's help, she's able to rip apart the TARDIS console and stare into its heart, absorbing the entire time vortex in the process.
I am the bad wolf. I create myself.
She becomes the Bad Wolf, and spreads the two words throughout time as clues to help defeat the Daleks. She destroys the Dalek army with a thought and brings Captain Jack back to life permanently. The power is so intense, it also forces the Doctor to regenerate when he saves her.
I think you need a doctor.
Number 2, Confronting the Timelords. Still reeling from Clara's death and his time in the confession dial, the Doctor travels to Gallifrey to confront Rassilon for everything he's done. His fight with Rassilon is more of a battle of wills than anything else, with Rassilon sending soldiers to execute the Doctor.
Could I have a lemonade?
Oh, you like a cliffhanger, don't you?
At the climax, the Doctor stares down a Time Lord firing squad who shoot him on Rassilon's orders, but they all miss.
There was a saying, sir, in the Time War.
A saying?
First thing you'll notice about the Doctor of War is he's unarmed. For many, it's also the last.
They all refuse to obey Rassilon on the basis that the Doctor is a war hero, dropping their weapons as they abandon him, finally banishing their corrupt leader for good.
Lord President, with respect, get off his planet.
Number 1. Punishing the Family of Blood.
So, I've made my choice. You can have him. Just take it, please, take him away.
Last.
The Doctor turns himself human in an effort to escape the Family of Blood, who want to steal his many lives because they themselves can only live for a matter of weeks.
It's empty.
Where's it gone?
You tell me. Oh, I think the explanation might be you've been fooled by a simple olfactory misdirection.
But it turns out that the Doctor wasn't running out of fear. He was running to save the family from their fates at his hands, all of which goes out the window when they invade. He makes sure they all live forever in various cruel ways.
And then we discovered why. Why this Doctor, who had fought with gods and demons, why he'd run away from us and hidden. He was being kind.
Father of Mine is wrapped in unbreakable chains, Mother is thrown into a black hole, Daughter is trapped inside a world of mirrors, while Son becomes just another scarecrow in a field. Badass.
We wanted to live forever. So the Doctor made sure that we did.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watchmojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.